Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to ship a tennis racket. Now, specifically for this racket, this is a very OG CL Godfrey. I could not find a whole lot of information on this when I first found it. But what I did find is that it is a 1920s/30s era style racket. This thing, shockingly, is in pretty mint condition as far as the double strings go, and you can just see on some of this craftsmanship, this thing is fully intact. Overall, extremely great condition. CL Godfrey would be the maker, and it also has the stamp of Jackson Heights in here as well. So listed it up for $150. It took a best offer at $125 plus $20 shipping. So today I'm going to show you how I'm shipping this specific one. Now, as with any type of shipping video, this is a way to ship a tennis racket. This is not the only way, or maybe not even the best way. This is how I'm going to ship this one today. But with that being said, a lot of different methods for tennis rackets. You can actually use just a regular large poly mailer. If it's something that sells for $50 or under, it's a newer racket. That's kind of stuff I'm just going to personally throw in a mailer and call it a day. Never had an issue. Another common method is if you take a 1095 USPS priority mailbox, one of those white ones, you could take two of those and put those together and fit a racket inside of there. Being that this sold for $125 plus $20 shipping, I am going to take better care of this and probably over prep it, especially because it is vintage and I do not want to have any type of damage in transit on this. Now, fortunately, in my case, I do have the cover, the sleeve that goes over this entire thing, so I personally am not going to need to add extra bubble wrap in there. Plus, this is a very tight squeeze in here already, so I don't know if I'll be able to fit that. But if it did not come with a sleeve or a cover, I would definitely be bubble wrapping this portion right here first. But being that we do have the cover, I'm going to add that on and then we'll bubble wrap the whole thing. Here we have the bubble wrap product, and I went ahead and added some tape on there just to tighten everything up. This is probably overkill as far as prep goes, but again, they did pay $145, so I want to make sure this is taken care of. Now let's talk about the original game plan as far as how I was going to box this. We keep a couple of these 24 by 18 by 18 Lowe's large boxes around for bigger items like this. Typically I can lay that flat in there with some padding. I actually like to use this craft paper. This is actually constructor's paper. You can get at Lowe's for like 10 bucks. It's really thick, so I like that for bigger items. And then we can cut the big box down to size. But I did find an old Nerf gun box that I had laying around in here, so I'm actually going to use this because it's way less cutting and work. But if you don't have a perfect fit type box like that, these Lowe's boxes will work great. You can use those USPS 1095 boxes to put together. There's different ways you can do this. So next step is a couple rounds of wrapping on that just to protect it some more and put it inside this box. This next part where we are going to cut this down to size, you can actually do the exact same way with a larger box as well. They actually make a box resizing tool. If you look on Amazon, you can grab one of those and it will very clean cut all the way around. I don't have one of those currently, so I'm just going to freehand and cut halfway through the cardboard, just enough to make an indent so the flaps can fold over. And then you're going to fully cut all the way up those slots so that they can fold. That is our finished product. Not my prettiest mummy box, but it will get there one piece. And most of all, nothing is moving around on the inside. Next, we simply grab our dimensions. And for our main shipping options, we have USPS Ground Advantage, which is what I normally do at $27 though. I'm actually going to go FedEx Ground, which is going to be $21.22. And for the full numbers breakdown of the CL Godfrey tennis racket, sold price at $125 plus they pay $19.99 shipping, bringing us a grand total of $144.99. Here you can see our fee breakdown. We have our normal eBay fees, our shipping label, and I did have this on promoted listing, so they did snatch $16 out of that. But I had wiggle room in my profit because if you guys followed last week's vlog when I went out sourcing in Goodwill, I actually found this for $6.99. So being that I only paid $7 for this, I had extra room to run promotion. promoted, leaving me roughly about an $80 profit. Like I said earlier, that is one way to ship a tennis racket. This being a little bit of a higher dollar, more rare item, I wanted to make sure this was overprotected, if anything. But I at least know that that is going to get there in one piece. And like I said earlier, if you are selling a lower dollar type of tennis racket, something that's newer, they're extremely durable. You can throw that in the poly mailer and be fine. Something a little bit more high end, getting into the $100 range, that's where you can take 2 of those 1095 priority boxes, put those together. But if you do go the 1095 priority mailer box route, keep in mind that has to be used on priority mail only. You cannot use USPS Ground Advantage, and you cannot use it as a flat rate. So those are a few different options that you do have. This is the option I went with today. But with that being said, if you enjoy these style of videos, packaging and shipping different type of items for eBay, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.